I'm not a worrier by nature, so I said, okay. And she told me that she had contacted a radiologist and who had agreed to see me the very next day. And I thought, that's kind of fast, but, okay, if that's what I need to do. So after I got all the details, I went right back to, talking about these kitchen countertops. Because, ladies, I think you'll agree that once you get your husband to agree to a home improvement project, you don't want anything to interfere with that. So I didn't say anything about it to him. It was, let's get these countertops, and I'm going to go to the appointment tomorrow. So the next day came, I went to the appointment, and I had the mammogram, and then I was to have a ultrasound. Technicians doing the ultrasound, I'm just laying there, you don't really have to do much. She excused herself, and she came back with the radiologist. The radiologist, kind of took over the controls, and she's doing her thing, and she said, yeah, that's cancer. Yeah, that's breast cancer. And I'm laying on the table thinking, who's she talking about? She's looking at the screen, but yet I think those are my images. So she started talking real fast to the technician, what do I have this afternoon? What appointments can we move? And, they kind of went back and forth. And she finally looked at me and she said, Miss Brice, this is breast cancer. I'm pretty sure of it. I've been doing this for some 30 plus years. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm looking at. And here again, not a worrier by nature, but I think I'm getting concerned at this point. So she asked if I could come back at 1 o'clock, which would be in 2 hours, and I agreed, and she said she needed to do a biopsy, because that would be the only way to really be able to confirm this. So I said, fine, I'll be here. So I went to my car, and while I was in my parking space, my first phone call was to my sister. My older sister, Gwen, lives outside of Seattle, and she's been an RN for some 35 plus years. So she's like our family doctor. We call her for all our medical issues. So I told her what I had been told, and the first thing she said was, you need to go buy a sports bra. That would be more comfortable after the biopsy. And I thought, well, Dr. Sunshine, when she was giving me all this information, she didn't say anything about that, but good advice. I'm glad she told me. So I then called my husband and told him. He didn't even know I had the appointment that day, but I told him, what was going on. And he said, well, where are you? I'll come get you. I'll take you to the afternoon appointment. And I said, no. I can still drive. And he said, no, here's what I should do. So I thought I had convinced him, you just stay where you are. I'll call you. So I ran, got my little sports bra, went to the office, because I don't know what's about to happen. And I'm thinking, I got some work I need to do. I got some projects to finish. When I walked in the building, in the lobby, sat my husband right there on the And my first thought was, man, I am already losing control. I called him.
Never had control.
But it was at that point that I think the conception of Team Brice actually came together right then and there, because he let me know that we were in this together, and that, we were going to do this, whatever it was. We didn't even know at that point. So, yes, he took me to the appointment and everything, and I'm happy to say that he was there for all the other appointments to come. He also then decided he was captain of Team Brice.
Somebody had to lead the team.
He then appointed our son Brandon to be the assistant captain. That was Team Brice.
Team Brice.
So last October, my month was just full of appointments, as you could possibly imagine. And so yes, I was very happy to have Team Brice with me. Things were moving so fast. There were a lot of appointments, a lot of tests. Then there were tests that I had to do over again. But I also wanted to go to MD Anderson. And not for the sake of, I need one more opinion to tell me whether or not I have this. I was pretty much convinced. But just wanted to make sure that I was up on a lot of the latest protocols, treatment, whatever the case may be. So thanks to my sister Jackie, who lives in Houston. She has a friend who's an oncologist there, and was able to get me an appointment rather quickly. Well, things are moving so fast that my doctor's office here in Austin called me the morning that I'm in Houston for the appointment and said, the doctor wants you to go have the surgery done to have your port put in. And I thought, well, see, here again, y'all are moving really fast. I'm not even in Austin. I'm in Houston. And she said, well, that's okay. we'll do it tomorrow then. And, you know, it's like, who told them that I'm one who kind of procrastinates? You know, it's like, I'm going to call you on that. These people just start making appointments for you and stuff, but obviously that's what needed to happen, and I'm glad. So the next day, captain of the team drove me from Houston, and we went straight to Austin Surgical so that I could have my port put in. A few days later, I had my first chemo treatment on October 31st. I really felt bad about that later because that's my son's birthday. And I thought, as a mother, how could I possibly have scheduled my first chemo on his birthday? But I think we'll always remember when my first treatment was. But I apologized to him profusely, but he's been really, really good. He took off work that day, and he came and he was with the captain and I for those 6 hours. Your first appointment is always, you know, very long, as some of you know. And so when we finished, she said, okay, all right, so let's go do something fun. Okay, I've just been sitting for 6 hours. Okay, what'd you have in mind? And he said, well, I was thinking maybe a movie. And it's like, oh boy, I really don't have the heart to tell him no. You know, the idea of sitting another few hours, but, you know, I said, sure, let's do it. So we did, and Jessica met us there as well. And we even had time to go vote. We got there before the polls closed for early voting that evening. So all was well. And after that, I emailed a picture of the three of us to some family and friends, and I called it Team Brice. Well, that's when the Team Brice, as we know it today, really grew. I had so many supporters in reference to, you know, just people saying, I'm a part of Team Brice. And I will never forget that type of support. The phone calls, the cards, the text messages, just people doing nice things. And I guess I wasn't expecting that. I'm usually the one who, I do those things for others. I never ever thought about the idea of people doing them for me. I had a friend, Sister LaTonya, who wanted to cook dinner for the family. And not only did she cook the dinner, I mean, she came and served it and cleaned up, and you know, I was never, ever expecting that. Thank you. Sister Donnie, I mean, I said something about I like lemon bars, and next thing I know, that Sunday at church, I had a whole container full. And it's probably about his dress, maybe he just tighter than but that's okay. Lemon bars are good. So basically, between my oncologist here, the oncologist, MD Anderson, it was determined that I would have 6 months of weekly chemo, and I would then have surgery, which I chose to do a lumpectomy, and I would have 37 daily radiation treatments, which I just finished 2 weeks ago. So
yeah.
And I am finishing up the Herceptin treatments, which is a medicine I get through my port, and I'll be finished October 10th, and that will be my year. So my journey will be coming to an end as it pertains to that part of it. But as I planned to take my seat, my sister Jackie had asked me what I felt some of the positives were of this experience. So as I think about that, it's kind of like there are no positives really about having cancer. But there are some things that will definitely be a takeaway from this. I didn't want cancer to get the best of me. So I was determined that I was going to do, you know, whatever it was I needed to do to make this as good as it possibly could be. So I turned my chemo treatments into, it was a fun time with family and friends. Captain was always there. Assistant captain was there most times. As long as he was in town and didn't have meetings, he was there too. But I had just various visitors and friends. I mean, the chemo nurses would even ask, so, you know, who's going to be here today? Who's coming? I said, well, we'll see. It seemed like they were just excited about it as I was. But I decided that this is the way it should be. I didn't have a choice in being there, so I might as well make the best of it. And looking back, I'm really glad I did. I met a lady in my support group who said she had seen me at chemo several times, and she said, you always look like you all were having, you know, a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, as much fun as we possibly could. But I'm glad we did. The hair loss, that was pretty major for me. You know, just the idea of, ooh, what am I going to do? So I decided to make that as fun as I possibly could. So I went wig shopping. And it was a little discouraging at first because I wasn't trying to change the look that much. But I ended up coming away with several different styles. And my radiation oncologist told me, he said, have fun with it. Try some things that maybe you might not have ordinarily have tried. So I did. The girls in the office really got a kick out of it. They started naming their favorites, and they just didn't know who was coming in. We started actually giving names to them, and I think my husband's favorite was Sassy K.
Sassy K.
Yes. But to answer my sister's question, the positives were that first, God never, ever left me, nor did I ever feel forsaken by him. And that, is real important to me as it pertains to my faith. Second, I am so glad that God placed the people that he did in my life to be my support system. And that I don't know how I will ever repay any of these people because, everyone was just so kind, and that was really good. And then I'm grateful for all the new people that I met through this experience. People that I ordinarily, maybe our paths wouldn't have crossed. One of my favorites from the Breast Cancer Resource Center support group is Shayla, and she's here today. And I think we will continue to be friends. Long after I'm finished, you're finished. Really good. Meeting the ladies with Sisters Network. A great group of women. So it's just new opportunities is how I, prefer to look at it. So basically, there are two things I know for sure, and that is God is good,
all the time.
And I love Team Brice.